Hey friends, if you're wondering what winter is like in Fairfield County, Connecticut, or more broadly in New England, and whether it's worth it or tolerable, today's video is for you. We're going to dig into the stats, the climate trends, and some stories about what people actually do in winter and where to drive if you're craving more snow. If you're thinking about moving to this region or just curious what daily life looks like here, once the temperatures drop, this might help you decide if you can handle these winters. I'm Chris Giolito, a real estate agent here in Fairfield County. I help people not only buy and sell homes, but also get a feel for what life is actually like here in Connecticut. I talk about what's great, what's frustrating, and what daily life looks like in every season. Winter is one of those seasons that gets a reputation, but it's not always what you expect. When most people picture winter, they imagine constant snow, icy landscapes, and cozy fires. Up north in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and upstate New York, that image fits perfectly. Here along the Connecticut coast, especially in Fairfield County, it's a little different. Winters are milder and more unpredictable. You'll see snow, but also plenty of rain, sleet, and even days where it feels like spring in the middle of January. Let's start with what the numbers tell us about Fairfield County's winter climate. In Fairfield County, winter typically runs from late November through early April, with January being the snowiest month. Fairfield County averages just over 30 inches of snow a year, but that number can swing wildly depending on the year. The coldest average daytime highs hover around 37 degrees in late January, with overnight lows in the mid to upper 20s. The proximity to Long Island Sound keeps the temperature slightly milder than inland Connecticut. So while other parts of the state can be buried under snow, we often get slush, freezing rain, or nothing at all. Over the past century, the state's average temperature has increased by roughly 3 degrees. And scientists predict another 5-degree rise by mid-century if current trends continue. That might not sound like much, but in winter, a few degrees can mean the difference between snow and rain. We're already seeing that shift play out. Fairfield County used to average close to 38 inches of snow per winter, but in recent decades, that average has dropped to between 28 and 30 inches. The 2023 to 2024 winter brought us around 15 inches total, about 9 inches below normal. And this past winter, as of mid-January 2025, only 5 inches had fallen. That's a huge difference. It's not that it never snows anymore, but when it does, it often melts within a few days or even hours. That being said, we still do get big storms. The record for Fairfield County was set in February 2013 when 30 inches of snow fell in just 24 hours. Every few years, we'll get one of those classic New England blizzards that shut everything down. But they've become the exception, not the rule anymore. So what does winter actually feel like here? It's a season of variety. You'll wake up one morning to snow-covered lawns and sledding hills, and by the next week, you're walking outside in a sweatshirt with no trace of snow left. We get a handful of true cold snaps each winter when the temperature dips into the single digits, but those usually don't last long. The biggest challenges tend to be ice and slush. Freezing rain is more common than heavy snow here, and it's the one that causes the most headaches. It coats everything in a thin layer of ice that makes driving a mess. Bridges and shaded roads freeze first, so local towns salt and sand aggressively before big storms. Still, it's the forecast calls for ice. Most schools and offices will delay or close preemptively. But when the snow does come, people take full advantage. Kids pull out their sleds, snowmen pop up on front lawns, and you see families walking through town centers enjoying that rare quiet blanket of snow. The parks and preserves may come alive for a day or two with some cross-country skiers, snowshoers, and hikers. It's short-lived, but that's what makes it special. Day-to-day life goes on here mostly uninterrupted. People still commute, go to dinner, and meet friends. You might need an extra layer or two, but it's rarely the kind of weather that traps you indoors for long stretches. On the milder days, you'll see joggers, golfers, taking advantage of thawed courses and family walking downtown or along the beaches. Now for those who really love winter, the deep snow, the crisp mountain air, and the endless ski trails, that's where living here has its hidden advantage. You're just a few hours away from some of the best skiing and snowboarding in the East. Vermont is about a 4-hour drive from Fairfield County, and the mountains there get real winter. Places like Killington, Snow, Sugarbush can see over 200 inches of snow per year. New Hampshire's Loon Mountain and Bretton Woods are about the same driving distance, and Maine's Sunday River and Sugarloaf are perfect for longer weekend trips. These resorts often see 2 to 3 times as much snow as Connecticut and hold it through March or even April. It's part of the culture here. You live in southern Connecticut, enjoy a manageable winter during the week, and then head north for the true New England winter experience. It's a lifestyle balance. The roads stay clear most of the time, the towns keep running, and you don't have to shovel feet of snow off your driveway every few days. But when you want the full winter, skiing, sledding, or sitting by a fireplace watching the snow pile up outside, it's just a drive away. Looking forward, scientists expect Connecticut's winters to keep trending milder. That doesn't mean it won't snow. In fact, when we do get snow, it could come in heavier bursts because warmer air holds more moisture. We might see fewer snow events overall, but when a nor'easter hits, it could be a big one. So we'll likely see greater swings, milder winters, most years with the occasional storm that reminds everyone why snow shovels are still sold out before every forecasted storm. For homeowners, that means a few things. You'll still need to be prepared for snow removal, but probably less often. Heating costs can vary since cold snaps are shorter, but energy prices fluctuate. Outdoor maintenance can stretch deeper into winter, and landscaping crews often get back to work earlier in spring. For home buyers and families thinking of moving here, the takeaway is this: Fairfield County gives you a softer version of New England winter. You get the seasonal feel without the constant grind of heavy snow. And because we're on the coast, you also get those gorgeous, dramatic skies that make a cold evening walk feel peaceful. When you add in the proximity to New York City, the strong local communities, and easy access to real mountains up north, Fairfield County really offers the best of both worlds. You can enjoy mild winter day to day and chase true winter adventure wherever you want. So if you're looking for a place where the seasons still change, but life doesn't stop for every snowstorm, Fairfield County might be the perfect fit. Winters here have character, unpredictable, yes, but always interesting. If you liked this video, hit subscribe. I put out weekly videos on living in Fairfield County, Connecticut, and what everyday life really looks like here, from our communities to our climate and everything in between.